maybe about, I don't know, an hour ago, and then my my baby daughter decided that it wasn't time to go to sleep. So yeah, I had to postpone it, and I finally just managed to get her to sleep again, and I'm hoping she's going to stay that way until the morning now, hopefully, or at least the next few hours. So yeah, I thought I would just jump on here and just say hi. Sorry, just moving the camera there. Yeah, I'm just working on some of my Space Marines at the minute, and was trying anyway, to have a bit of time to myself, because I've sort of been looking after kids all day and finally getting them all to bed. Just wanted to, Anyway, that's one of those things that happens, unfortunately, every now and then. Normally she's pretty good at going to sleep, but just decided it's always the nights. It's always the nights, like when you've got something planned or whatever, you get something all set up, ready to do something, and then suddenly, 5 minutes before you're about to start, baby wakes up. So yeah, a bit frustrating, but there you go. Yeah, if you've been sort of jumping on here recently, was working on some guard tanks, which I've finished up at the end of the last stream. So they've gone back to their owner, and I'm back just working on my own stuff for a bit, and currently sort of working my way through some of my Marines, to show you a couple of them. I don't know how well these are going to come up, but that's a finished one. He needs some transfers and stuff on him as well, but that's one down. I've got managed to finish up a couple of these. They don't know how well these are showing up or not, but yeah. So I've got a bit of a mountain of them that I'm working through, and they're quite time consuming. So I'm just slowly but surely getting through them, and trying to kind of put a video together for them as well. So if anyone was interested, like a bit of a tutorial on how to paint them. And this is my sort of my custom chapter that I've been working on for a few years now, but it's very sort of on and off. It's just sort of when I feel them in the right mood to paint them, because the scheme is not particularly difficult, but I just try to, with these anyway, to try and get them they're sort of very clean, and I end up spending quite a lot of time on each one. The blue arm has got sort of five highlights on it, and then they just take a long time. So it's kind of, I have to be in the right frame of mind to actually want to paint them. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. I'll put so that's a completed one. This is sort of early stages of the highlights. So so apologies. I did have it all kind of set up. I've been my wife's been working today. I've been at home on child duties today, which has been fun. We had quite a nice day, me and the 3 kids. And I'm now by myself in the house again, because my wife's gone out and the kids are all asleep upstairs. But I had all kind of, ready to jump on here and have a bit of time to myself and whatever, after everybody went to sleep. And then, just literally just as I was about to kind of go live on here, an hour ago or whenever, she decided that it wasn't time to go to sleep, and it was time to start screaming, and Yeah. So that was fun. But it's all good now. She's fast asleep. Normally she's normally really good at going to sleep, and it's just those, I don't know what it is. It's like they know. It's like they know, you know, like you've got a something planned or whatever, that tonight is the night. I'm not going to go to sleep. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to scream and be completely inconsolable. I don't know what it is. It's like those days, you know, when you have to get home from work early because you're going out or something like that. It's always the day that you hit a massive traffic jam, you know? I don't know. So, anyway, it's all under control here at the moment, anyway. Everybody's asleep. And, yeah, I am winding down after quite a busy day. I'll do one. Nice, good. Keep up the good work. Oh, cheers, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, this lot, this collection is kind of a bit of a labour of love, really. It's I've been working on this army for I don't know, not sure exactly how long, 3 years maybe. I don't have a huge amount to show for it at the moment because they just take a long time. And again, as I said, I need to be in the right frame of mind to do this because it has to be. I'm sort of trying to get them as sort of clean and precise as possible, you know. So I like the way that they look when they're done, but it's, if you want to kind of get something done quickly, you know, like quick results, and kind of be happy with it, and this is not my this is not where I go to if I need that, because yeah, they just take a long time. It's worth it. It's worth it when they're done, but it's yeah, it's just kind of, it can maybe sometimes take me like a week to paint one marine, which when you've got a big stack of about 40 of them to do, it's a bit daunting, and so I'll stick them in a box and forget about them. But yeah, I kind of had a bit of a real desire to kind of get some more of them finished and tick them off the list, you know. So I'll probably end up kind of working on these for a few weeks and then drop out and go back to working on something else and then put them away and then come back to them later. But for the time being, while I've got the motivation, I am sort of working away on them. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a good evening. Maybe a more exciting Saturday night than me. Is it Saturday? It is Saturday, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, damn. Got some blue there. That's going to be tidying up now. Oh well. I'm about to get an airbrush for basic undercoating and highlighting. What paints do you recommend that won't break the bank? Paints, for airbrushing, I've found I've been kind of pushing these on people recently. This stuff, Pro Acryl. This is very good with an airbrush, I found. I think this stuff has been, so far, the ones that I've used with my airbrush have been the best. Genuinely really good. Obviously thinned down, whatever, but I've just found they go on really well. I don't think I've had any clogs or jams with it. So yeah, the good stuff. Good stuff. It depends though, really. I mean, some paints, some brands, use sort of Citadel stuff, Games Workshop stuff. Some of them go really well through an airbrush, others don't. It really just depends on which ones you're using. But yeah, if you just as a generally Procryl, I think so far from what I've used have been very good, and they're quite a new addition to my sort of collection. So yeah, definitely go with them. I'd like to get some more stuff. But yeah, again, if you've just started, oh, no worries, man. Yeah, not a problem. But yeah, if you just start with airbrushing, the best thing to do is just kind of try a few different things. It's going to take, if you've literally just started, you're going to make mistakes. It's a bit of a steep learning curve. Once you get it, it's great, and it's really satisfying, and it speeds things up enormously, especially if you're just doing base coats and stuff. But yeah, you'll definitely it can be frustrating at first because it's not easy initially. So once you're getting used to how it works and getting the paints the right consistency and all that sort of stuff, but once you get it, it works really well. It's a good tool. But it's the same with painting with a brush, really, to be honest. I think in terms of the first ones that you do are never going to be quite as good as the ones you do 6 months later or a year later or whatever, because you get more used to the tools and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, but yeah, good luck with it if you've just started, if you've just got one. I do recommend them. But yeah, I had quite a nice day today. I was just sort of at home with all three of the kids. It was just me and them, and which normally can be a bit. I wouldn't normally sort of just stay at home with them because it always gets a bit manic, Everyone starts going a bit stir crazy. You've got to get out, but got to let them have a run around and stuff. But the weather was terrible, but yeah, it was quite a nice day actually in the end. Just at home, played some games with them, watched a movie. Yeah, it was all right. Not a bad day. And I've also managed to get myself a ticket to King in the North, which is a tournament that's sort of a casual tournament that's happens up at Element Games in Stockport. I've been there a couple of years in a row, and I think this will be my third. It's not until January, but tickets went on sale today. Sold out already, unfortunately, but yeah, it's good. It's fun. So I've been a couple of times and had a genuinely good time. Element Games is a really nice place. Got a bar, play a few games, spend some time with some nice people. So I've got that to look forward to in January now, which is great. Night away. Go and have a drink and have some fun. good. Great work on the aggressor model. Cheers, man. Thank you very much. That's very nice of you. There's a lot more to do. If you just sort of jumped on, just so you get an idea, that's a finished one. So quite a bit more to do. This is the second highlight on this one that I'm painting at the minute, and there's another after this one. Two more. There's 4. Is it 4 or 5? I can't remember now. 4. I think it's 4. 4 levels, 4 highlights. So yeah, this is number 2. And the first one is, you can barely see it, but it is there. And I have done a couple of sort of tests, skipping the first highlight, just to see if it would speed things up. And it does speed it up, but they don't look as good. So I've decided to I've just got to stick with it and do that first one. It's really subtle. It's hardly there, but it's enough that when they're finished, you do notice it. So yeah, I'm stuck with it, unfortunately. Do you prefer painting or playing? Painting. I barely play. If I had like somewhere like Element Games that was sort of on my doorstep, I would maybe I probably would. I'd probably do it like a weekly thing maybe, or something like that, if I could find the time, in an evening or something to go and do it. But I don't. And yeah, so I don't really play very often. I'd like to do it more, but it's not something. Yeah, I spend most of my time painting. Really, I paint armies and things, really, just just for the pleasure of doing it. I have all these collections and stuff, armies that have never been used in a game. They get painted and put in boxes. But yeah, this is my thing, as far as like the hobby's concerned, is doing the painting and stuff. That's definitely my. I don't know if you remember me, but I asked you advice somewhere about to start with Dark Angels. What the ancestor recommended, and now I'd like to know what to buy next. Okay, so you bought the intercessors. Did you paint them? Have you painted them yet, or you're still working on that? I don't know. Well, let's ask. There's 14 people watching. If someone had just started a Dark Angels army, and the first thing they bought is a box of intercessors, what would anybody on listening? What would you recommend would be the next thing you'd buy? What do you think? I'd say maybe get like a character, a captain, or a lieutenant, or something like that. Maybe. So you got something to kind of go with them. That'd probably be what I would do. But again, I'm not really as far as rules and what the best thing if you're playing games. I'm not the best person, but maybe somebody listening will know. If it was me, I'd probably go with a character. Like a lieutenant or a captain. That's probably a good place to go. Because they can, rules-wise, they can attach to that squad as well, the intercessors. So, and if you've painted up the intercessors and practiced on them, then you could probably by the time you've done all 10 of them, you'll have your scheme down, kind of know what you're doing, and then you can do it on a character. So yeah, that's what I would do anyway. But maybe somebody else can put in the comments what they would, comment and say what they would think. Be interesting to see if anybody got any other opinions. Yeah, but thanks for jumping on anyway. Yeah, so you can see it sort of, you can start to see it anyway. Now that those highlights going on, it starts to kind of come to life a little bit. The main blue is very dark, and I've kind of purposely sort of chosen these really quite exaggerated colours for the highlights and stuff, so it really comes up to, you know, very, very bright. When they're done, it kind of gives a nice sort of shiny look to the armour and stuff, and it's kind of, yeah, a bit exaggerated and a bit over the top, but I like the way it looks. But it's just, yeah, just a lot of patience really, sort of slowly building these, each highlight layer up until it's done. And yeah, as I said, I am working on a proper sort of tutorial video on these guys, and because quite a few people have sort of asked me how it's done, sort of over the years, and I've never really properly given it away. So I'll make a video, and then it'll be there, and other people can do some. Yeah, this is my sort of how would you put it? Like the army or the collection, where you're sort of trying to put all the effort in, you know? How do you display your finished models? I don't really, to be honest. I've got a few on. I've got a little sort of studio thing outside in the garden, but it's not really finished. There's no like electricity or anything out there at the minute, so I don't. It's a bit of a, well. I need to get it done. I need to get it used properly. There's a few. I keep some on the shelves out there, and at some point I'd like to kind of get some proper display things, because as it stands they just get, you know, dusty and stuff, you know. But most of them are just in boxes really. They're just in. I've got like you know, like foam carry cases and stuff. A few in like you know, the really useful boxes with magnets on and that sort of thing, like my custodies are in a box like that. But I would like to display them a bit more. But yeah, the majority of them are just in boxes. I wouldn't have the space to put them all out anyway, it's too much. And some of them are just not at that level by where I'd be bothered about displaying them. These guys, when they're all done, I do want to get something to stick them all on a shelf in a, you know, nice little display box or something like that, or whatever, when they're done. God only knows when that'll be though. Oh yeah, I can't believe she's actually asleep. I was honestly thinking she's going to be up all like half the night, but yeah, sorry if you just sort of, yeah, I'll just for context, just in case you know, my daughter, who's coming up to 1 year old, woke up just as I was about to sort of go live on here beforehand, which is why I had to cancel it and start again. I kind of cancelled the whole thing with kind of the impression that I wasn't going to get to do it because I didn't think she was going to be going back to sleep anytime soon. So, but I cracked her. Wore her down. So yeah, she is fast asleep upstairs, which is great. She needed it. She looked exhausted. Been awake since like 1 o'clock this afternoon or something like that. It's just, that is not enough sleep for a 1-year-old. Greetings, yeah, greetings to you too. Thank you for joining. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all having a nice evening and enjoying yourselves. Anybody painting anything at the moment while listening to me rambling? I see Warhammer, I click. Wow, that's good to know. That is good to know. I painted 3 of the intercessors, been very busy with the catch course and applications for college. Oh, fair enough, okay. How did you find the intercessors? Did you enjoy it? Were they, is this a first army for you, or first collection, first models you ever painted, or is it, you know, sort of just you know, something you're experienced with already? I'm at work, not really time for painting at the moment. Oh, fair enough, yeah, I know what that feels like. I know exactly what that feels like. This is why I was kind of looking forward to this evening, you know? Not that I don't want to kind of spend time with my family, obviously that would be crazy, but there's something nice just to have, you know. My wife's gone out, she's gone out with her friends, she's gone out to the pub. She doesn't drink, but she's gone to the pub, hang out with them, and the kids are all asleep upstairs, and I've been kind of looking forward to that, and just knowing that the house is going to be empty and quiet, and I'll get time just to kind of sit and do this, and just have a bit of downtime, you know. I think you need that every now and then. You know, like to devote a bit of time just for yourself. I'm heading to bed. Nice to find this. Sounds peaceful. It is peaceful. I right at this minute. It wasn't an hour ago when the baby was up and she was losing her mind. But yeah, it's very peaceful here at the moment. I painted a full army of Night Lords so it's not my first. Oh, so not your first time. Okay, not your first time painting. But yeah, nice to start a new collection. I hope the Dark Angels go well. It's a nice choice of army to paint. I've done a couple of them in the past, and the green armor's good, and also you get the variation being able to have like the Deathwing and the like doing the bone armor on them, and the Raven Wing doing the black armor. So you do get a bit of variation. The Space Marines tend to be a bit kind of they can be a bit samey if you're doing the same, you know. You just end up with the same armor colours and stuff, you know, just sort of doing the same thing over and over again. So yeah, Dark Angels are quite nice for that. You get a bit of change if you want to do something different, which is kind of why I did this. This guy's obviously not finished yet, but this is the he's very unfinished, but that's the first company colours for these guys. So that's my way of doing the same thing, kind of breaking up the So if I get sick of painting this, I can paint this. It's kind of like having two different schemes, but for one army. So that blue will kind of be the same as this blue when it's done. And yeah, it's kind of like inverting. So they have the little bit of the, these guys have like a little bit of the cream on them, on the gun casings and the shoulder pad, and then more blue, and then it's kind of inverted a little bit. So yeah, very clear. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going with these. They're trying to make them as clean as possible, which is, again, I keep saying it, and it sounds like I'm moaning. Well, I'm not. It's just that, yeah, this is the style, the kind of what I'm trying to do with them. It's just it just means they take a long time to get through, but I like them when they're done. Yeah, that kind of real clean and trying to be very precise with the highlights and stuff, and there's no room to make any mistakes on them. They have to. If I mess up and get paint somewhere it is where it shouldn't be, then I can't leave that. It has to be all tidied up, and you don't get any room for error. I mean, it's all self-imposed. I mean, it's my army. I don't have to do it like this, but I've kind of chosen to, and yeah. I try to do different things with each collection, you know, so that these guys are painting them as precisely as I possibly can and getting them all nice and real super clean, and then there's like, I've got a Tyranid collection where they're just smashed together, and again, happy with the way they look, but you know, I can paint like 50 of them in the time it will take me to do one of these. My gradient thing on the arm looks so good. Well, thank you. Thanks very much. How long have I been painting? Well, I used to do it a lot when I was sort of a older teenager into my very early 20s, and then I stopped. What age would I have been? Probably about 19, 20, I kind of stopped, and then, yeah, just as I basically picked up again about 5 years ago now, I picked it back up, and yeah, I've sort of just been doing it ever since, really. It's kind of got a bit of a life of its own, really. It was meant to just be a bit of a quiet, basically, yeah, we had our second baby on the way. I've told this story so many times, so if you have already heard it. But yeah, we had our second baby on the way, and I kind of decided I needed a hobby or something to do at home. I wasn't going to be going out, I wasn't going to be doing a great deal, you know, kind of, you're going to have two very young children and just be at home a lot more and stuff. So I thought, well, do you know, I used to paint stuff. Maybe I'll get back into that. And so I bought some of the older plastic Cadians, and yeah, here we are 5 years later, and kind of got a bit obsessed with it, really. But I'm very glad for it. I do enjoy it. It's nice to be able to kind of just pick that back up again. And lurking to help the algorithm, may or may not be chatting much to you. No, that's fine, man. Thanks for jumping on this. You don't have to say. Nobody has to say anything. It's all good. I'm just going to sit here and ramble. So if anybody wants to chip in, feel free. But yeah, thanks for joining. It does help. It all helps. I need to get some more sort of you know, like some proper videos up rather than just doing live streams and stuff. I do enjoy doing this. It's nice being able to chat with people and stuff, but I've just been so busy recently. I've not had a chance to kind of get any full length videos up. So yeah, you have to bear with me on that. I will get some. I am working on it, but yeah, it'll be up when it's up. But yeah, just jumping on here and everything and just watching them and liking stuff and whatever is always a help. It helps the channel. It's amazing what a difference it makes actually when you get, you know, if you get enough views on one thing, it does. It's frustrating at times, but it's very rewarding when you see people watching it and you get nice comments and people saying that you've helped them out with stuff, you know. That's kind of why I started doing it, really, just to... It's nice to be able to stick a tutorial up and know and have people say that they gave it a go and they enjoyed it and you know, it helped them. First time the YouTube algorithm has offered you a live video I like. Oh, well, there you go. That's good. That's good to know. That is good to know. I don't know. Do people watch a lot of live streams? I don't know. I do. I'll depending on who it is and what the channel is. And well, there's certain ones that I'll always sort of jump on if I'm able to sit and watch. If I quite like it. I quite like the. Oh, hang on. Bear with me. That's the baby monitor. She's not awake. It's just the batteries are running low. Hang on. Give me 2 seconds. Just gonna go plug it in. Right, I'm back. Sorry about that. You don't want that beeping every 5 seconds. What chapter start is? Oh, okay, yeah. This is mine. This is my sort of custom chapter. Again, if you've just sort of jumped on, this is sort of what they look like when they're done. These are sergeants, which is why they've got the white helmets, so they normally sort of look more like these guys. They still need their chapter symbols and stuff put on, but yeah. I did kind of toy with the idea of when I started this. These guys are doing like a, you know, blood angels or something like that, but I like the idea of doing my own thing. And yeah, so this was, I did loads and loads of tests and stuff for colours and stuff, and eventually came up with this, and it's slowly been perfected kind of over multiple models that I've painted, to the point where the ones I started with I'm not particularly happy with anymore. So I don't necessarily think they need to repaint, but I think I can kind of just go back and redo the highlights and stuff and tidy them all up. But yeah, it's kind of been a bit of a process to kind of get to this point where this is where I'm kind of really happy with how they look with the scheme and how it all comes, you know, how it all came together. So yeah, slow process. But yeah, these are my own ones. It's quite like, I don't think I've got any. Have I got any? I've got Acadians. I've got Acadian army, and that they're painted pretty, you know, bog standard, that sort of that scheme, you know. But I think all my other stuff is my own ones. Just because, yeah, I don't know. I just kind of like that process, kind of experimenting and coming up with something different. Plus, it's nice when it's your own thing and it's not like it makes them a bit more unique, you know. And when I started, I had a real like it was definitely, I knew 100% I wanted to have that kind of bone cream colour, like on the gun casings, and that's kind of where it started from. So everything else just kind of worked out from there. What chapter have I started? Is it? They're called the Spectral Wolves. So yeah, it's my own sort of custom creation. But as I said, I am working on a video, like a tutorial thing, and I'll kind of go over how it's done and stuff if anybody is interested. I'm kind of working on that at the moment as I am painting or working through them. And I've got a load of real geeky background stuff in my head about them, and you know, they've got a whole backstory. Which I think is quite a nice thing to do as well, because it kind of helps to motivate me to paint them and stuff, you know. Sorry, let's try and... Painting on camera is not always that easy. Like when you're trying to do something really precise, and I normally like to get it right up, have this right up near my face in order to do it, and then also keeping it on the screen at the same time is not always easy. So yeah, sort of do bear with me. Yeah, I also have to be quite quiet when I'm doing these particular bits, these real fiddly little bits like that, because I end up slipping. That's annoying me that I've got that blue on that shoulder pad there. I have to clear that up. I slipped. That'll need tidying. It's amazing how much more you have to do on these Gravis ones than the normal, like the intercessors. They have so many more like extra bits on the plates and stuff. Even like the helmet's got like a million more bits you need to highlight, you know. There's so much more stuff going on. I do like them. I do like the way these guys look. Like the Gravis armour. It's a nice design. And these were just the these are just the monopose, like the the ones that came. There was a box set that came out a while. I'm not sure which edition it was, but yeah, these like the first, you know, when the Primera stuff first came out. These like the push fit, ones. You did a custom Tyrannid Swarm. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's what I did as well. Yeah. No, it's nice. It's good. It's good. It's good way you painted better. Well, yeah, it is nice. It's nice to come up with like doing your own scheme and stuff, you know. Just have something that's your own and something that you came up with, you know. It's nice. But it would be nice if, as I said, I'm working on a tutorial for these and kind of going to go over it all and explain how it's, you know, go over the whole thing. And it would be genuinely nice to see some other people pick them up and do the same thing. Maybe do something completely different with them, like in the same colours, but maybe paint them in, you know, more like a sort of put a load of weathering on them and make them all battered up and do something different with it, you know, but use the same scheme and stuff, you know. Because I did the first video that I put up on this channel, so my Tyranids sort of tutorial for my ones, and so many people have shown me pictures that where they've done that and they've copied that tutorial and stuff, and it's really nice. It's great seeing that out there in the world and other people have done the same thing. So yeah, it'd be quite interesting. I'd quite like to see if anybody takes these guys on and does something, you know, give them a go. And yeah, as I said, I've got a this tournament thing that I'm going to on in January. So part of me wanting to maybe take these guys. I don't know. I haven't worked that out yet. It's either these guys or the Gene Stealer Colts. But I don't know yet. I've been there. This will be the third time I've been. The last 2 times I took my Necrons, so I'm going to take something different. So maybe these. I'm not sure. It depends. It depends how much I can get done between now and then. And the other thing as well is that I have to get them, well, I need to get as many done as I can, because I think March is my deadline, because I set myself a challenge for this channel, whereby basically my whole stack of unpainted stuff I'm going to give away to a channel member in March. I think it's March anyway. Anything that's not painted, start from scratch, get rid of it all. So yeah, that's a nice motivation to actually get stuff done, because the rest of it's going to go. And yeah, it is a nice motivation to get them done. I don't think I'll get everything finished. I've got a load of Tyranid stuff as well, and yeah. But I kind of decided that if it wasn't done, then, you know, they've just been sitting in boxes otherwise, so we may as well just pass them on to somebody else. So it looks like Son of Ultramarines and Black Templars. Oh, that's, yeah, that's nice of you, thank you. Yeah, it's kind of... Yeah, I can see what you mean, actually, yeah, with the kind of the cream colour and stuff, yeah. It originally started with... I was trying to kind of... part of his inspiration from Metal Gear Solid, which I know they don't really look like that now, but the original, that sort of... some of the colours and stuff were taken from that game, and also some of the kind of inspiration for it. It's kind of started at that point and moved on, so they're not kind of a direct copy of anything, but that's where some of the colour ideas came from initially. Because I'm a big fan of those games. Yeah. So that's kind of where that initially started, and it kind of progressed and moved away until it's where it is now. Do I like French toast? That's an odd question, but yeah, I do. Yes. Strange question to ask, but yeah, I do. Yeah. Haven't had it in a long time, but yeah. Yeah, so this is nearly this bit done on this guy anyway. So what we've been nearly an hour, and that's just the one level of the. You can see why it takes a long time. I've been on here now for nearly an hour, and this guy I think I'd already done one of the legs. So, and then there's two more levels highlights to go. So this is why they take a long time. Does anybody else hate painting Space Marine backpacks? Because I do. I don't know why. I think it's because it's always the last bit that I do on them. I think by the time I get to that, I've had enough. And I want to do something different. So maybe that's what it is. It's always the last bit I do. What colour brands to use? Mainly Citadel. Mainly. That's most of my collection. I have a few other bits and pieces. I've already brought these guys up in this stream, but yeah, Pro Acryl, these are good. I use them a lot now. Quite a recent addition. I do have Vallejo stuff as well. Again, not a huge amount, mainly Citadel stuff. But then I've also got a lot of oils and other different brands and stuff over here as well. I don't know if you can see all these on there, like this sort of stuff, pigments and different oil washes and stuff. This stuff. Obviously Citadel don't sell any of this stuff. Also have, these sort of oils as well that make washes up with them. But yeah, for the most part, Citadel paints, just because it's kind of what I started using when I got back into things, and they're just readily available, and I just kind of fell into that trap of using them a lot, and they are good. They're not bad paints or anything. They are good. Some are better than others. I wouldn't necessarily recommend a lot of their sort of whites and stuff, but then white paint generally isn't that great. But that where is it? Oh. Can't see it now. As far as white paint goes, this is very good. This is good stuff. So yeah, that's highly recommended that if you want some white paint. Bold Titanium White, Pro Acryl, great stuff. Really generally good. Yeah, so I just kind of, I just, as I said, mainly Citadel stuff, but I've kind of started, I branch out every now and then, and it's nice to experiment with different things. Some things are, they're just, some are good for certain jobs, and like, I cannot fault Citadel contrast paint. I buy a lot of that. I kind of give myself a little budget every month, like when I get paid, to kind of buy some hobby bits. I stop buying models because I've got too many to paint as it is, so I don't buy any new. I don't buy any new stuff, but I do buy paints, and I'll always just once a month buy myself, I don't know, at least 2 or 3 pots of contrast paint, because I use it a lot, and I can't recommend that stuff enough. It's great. So far I haven't found any that I've not liked using or not had a use for. Oh, I think my wife's back, so hang on. Yeah, she's definitely home, so I'm going to say goodbye in a moment because she'll be walking through the front door any second. But yeah, thanks very much for joining me. And do you want to say hello? I'm just jumping off. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to be jumping off in a moment, and because
the wife is back.
Yes. And I don't want to sit here talking to myself. So, but yeah, thanks very much for jumping on. It's been nice having a chat, and I'll try and get another one of these up.
Hello, Milker. 25.
Right, thanks very much, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye bye. Have a good evening.